It's all too common for people suffering with food issues or an eating disorder to also be experiencing a variety of digestive issues. And research has actually shown that up to 98% of people with an eating disorder are also struggling with a digestive disorder. Now, these digestive issues can make recovery highly complicated and difficult, and can also severely impact quality of life. And not only that, digestive disorders can remain long after full recovery from an eating disorder. And this just highlights a really complicated connection between the two. Now, my issues with food began because of an undiagnosed digestive disorder, which started when I was 13 years old. I began struggling with constipation, reflux, nausea, vomiting, which became more severe over time. And as a result of this, I developed a fear around certain food groups. I restricted my food intake due to uncomfortable feelings of fullness, avoided meals due to pain, bloating, and feeling sick, and often made excuses not to eat. Now, looking back on this time of my life, it is clear that all those behaviours I was displaying were highly similar to those of an eating disorder. And research has shown that childhood digestive issues are a key risk factor for the later development of an eating disorder. However, my family and I were completely unaware of this until years later. And unfortunately, at 19, I developed bulimia and anorexia, while still having no idea what was going on with my digestion. And this period was met with so much blame, self-loathing, and isolation. I felt totally overwhelmed and like I was just going round and round in circles. I was constantly just playing cat and mouse. I knew I had to eat more food and more regularly, but when I did, I would end up having digestive flare-ups, which would last for days. And not to mention all the medications I was having to take and all their nasty side effects. Food just became highly stressful, and I just never knew what to eat, what not to eat, when or how much, and my body image was also highly impacted by my digestion due to the amount of bloating, water retention, and weight fluctuations, and also my eating disorder. I had a double whammy to contend with. But after 7 long years, I was finally able to overcome my eating disorder, and I was also diagnosed with the chronic illness Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS. Now, this is a rare collagen disorder which impacts the functioning of my entire digestive system. There's no cure, so it's just a case of learning how to manage it. Now, if you're struggling trying to cope with food and your digestion, or both, or if you're worried about someone who may be displaying signs, I just want to share with you 3 vital lessons which I wish I'd known sooner in my journey to hopefully offer some support and guidance right now. So number 1 is to seek specialist help as early as possible. Now, digestive problems can take a long time to diagnose, so the earlier you can seek specialist help, the better. And the simplest way is just to go to your GP and ask for a referral to a gastroenterologist, who is a specialist doctor in digestive health. And alongside this, you can seek help from a nutritionist or a naturopath who can support with finding an appropriate diet plan and supplements to support digestion. Number 2 is to understand that there may not be a one-size-fits-all approach. Now, trying to manage both disorders is complicated, and so you may need support and input from a variety of different specialists and health practitioners. So, for example, I saw a gastroenterologist, a biofeedback nurse team, a cognitive hypnotherapist, a naturopath, and a colonic hydrotherapist. Now, if I'd seen each of these professionals in isolation, I am certain I would not have been able to fully recover, but in combination, they each played their own essential part in helping me get where I am today. Now, it's okay to need more help than others. And, this will just give you the best chance of recovering from your food struggles and managing your digestive problems. And number 3 is to build a support system around you. Now, this includes medical professionals, other health professionals, family, and friends. Because there's days where it can feel really tough and days where you may need different support than others. Now, I realized really quickly that I could not just rely on one person or one professional to support me in everything I needed. And sharing your struggles with your family and your friends and loved ones is also really important, as they can help give you some strength just to keep on going. Now, my parents and my partner were there to pick me up on those tough days, and they still do to this day. They have my back and have fought my corner time after time. So, building your own team is vital. So, as part of my journey to this EDS diagnosis and overcoming my eating disorder, I was shocked at the numbers of eating disorders found as a result of digestive problems. And this is something which is becoming more and more common in today's society and in younger and younger people. And there appears to be, a significant focus on other co-occurring conditions such as anxiety and depression, but less so on digestive disorders. And this is why I'm speaking out now and sharing my story to raise awareness of digestive problems and this risk factor for the development of eating disorders. Now, if you have any questions or you would like some support or guidance or need to talk, please reach out and let's chat. You're not alone in this, and there is always someone who can help.